Gemini 3 is
Yeah,
more
in
preferred to
anti-gravity.
Claude Code. Exactly, for anti-gravity. But Claude Code is small, powerful than Gemini. Because the reasoning of Claude Code about your context of your project and check best practices in his model flow so Opus 4.6, 4.6.
Yeah,
If you make a benchmark between Opus 4.6 and Gemini 3 Pro,
three.
I
Yeah,
think Opus is powerful than Gemini.
yeah, absolutely. But like you can use like Gemini like for like easy tasks, you know, but like for heavy code or like for like complex problems, you can use like Claude. That's
Exactly, exactly. You can start with Gemini for solve small problem or just find some bug. But if you need to, I can say, to use Gemini in the complex project, you don't have a good result. You prefer to use Cloud Code with Operations and so on.
I agree. It's also like good like not to waste your credits
Okay,
for Claude Code.
so I think these 18.
Yeah, I guess we can start. Yeah, you can start like by
Okay,
presenting yourself to the attendees.
okay, okay. So, hi everyone again. I hope your night will be fun with this talk. So, today I will talk about discovering A to UI. So, A for means for agent to user interface. And it is a Google open source project for interface driven by AI agent using Angular. So when I start, you will notice that you can use different client side for your A to UI project. But like I am Angular developer, so I choose Angular, but you can apply the same thing for Flutter, for mobile developer, and for other frameworks, like. So I just present myself, and after we deep dive in the subject. So my name is Ezekiel. I am practice manager in a company which name is Atserio, based in Paris at La Défense. It is the headquarters like Silicon or business headquarters. And I am Angular lead developer because I am consultant. Okay. GIDF is national company of gas in France. So I am lead developer on, I can say, public application for company, individual user, and so on. I'm also Google developer expert in Angular and Ionic developer expert. I maintain two blogs which name is angulardev.fr and ionic.fr. So I just publish some article in French because French speaking community is less important for today about French about English speaking community. So I prefer make some attention of that community to help some developers to understand or to to we can say more understand some subject or some topic in Angular and Ionic. Also, I am mentor at Open Classrooms. I think some people know Open Classroom, the leader of online university to teach some students. So I mentor since 3 or 4 years, I think 4 years. This goes fast. And to finish, I am teacher also at ASUR. It is engineering school. It is the top three of engineering school in Paris. So if you need to connect with me, you can just search my name or LinkedIn or X, previously Twitter. Okay, so let's go. It is, I can say, the mix of live coding and also discovery because I prefer to show you, okay, what is A2UI directly in the website and some GitHub repository, and you can more understand when the project starts, how it's going, and how you can use to start your project. So the first time where I listened about A2UI, it is on LinkedIn about some people who work at Google. And after just publish this link, it is December 15 December 2025. So I think it is 3 months ago, near 3 months ago. So I just read this blog, this article, and I am very, very fascinated about which we can do with A2UI. Because today, when you build your web application or mobile application, your user interface is full developer coded by your team developer, by your team front. Okay, but with the next generation, okay, of interface, because with age of AI, you have just a chat prompt on your application, no UI interface, and the user just prompt what he can, yes, what the user want to see on his screen. Okay, so for example, I can take, I can say Mara Telecom, okay, web application, and you can see which I can say some invoices, okay, each month, or how you spend of data in month and so. Now imagine that Mara Telecom user interface to administration, it is just a blank page with a chatbot, okay, and each user who connect in the Maroc Telecom administration panel can decide what he want to see on the user interface. So, for example, Haja, Mohammed, and I, we are three different users, okay? And normally in the standard of application, you can see same widget, same user interface, but just the data is different between our account. For now, if Raja went to design his interface like I can say all of pink, or just make more graph, more chart, and so on. Me, I just design my interface for more text and so on. And Mohammed, for example, just transform his interface more gaming. We can do all using our chatbot. So that is the mind behind, okay, A2UI. So if you search A2UI on Google, just like this, the first link is the official website. Okay, so the project is on GitHub. It is I can say more than 12 12,000 okay, 12K, like, and you just see this homepage. Okay, on this homepage, they explain how A2UI works, which protocol behind, and the schema of how you I can say the system work, okay, in the hook. Okay, so you can see the first step, it is the server stream. So you have server sent event. Okay, it is the JSON L. JSON L, it is a new format for exchange, okay, between agents, because JSON, it is not appropriate when I just to make some search about JSON L. Okay, it is more appropriate to exchange data from agents, okay, and in the streaming. So you establish the SSO connection, okay, and your client pass the message, storing component definition, and so on. So you can see, okay, in the code when I start to explore the GitHub project. And after you have a render signal, okay, and client side rendering. So the client, okay, I can say the client retrieve the data and all of information to display to user. Okay, so you have read widget tree, resolve data, lookup widget, and so on. And after you have user interaction. So the client side rendering retrieve the interface who has built, okay, and now you can start to iterate. Normally, like you have a web app, a classic web app, okay. So it is a data flow, okay, behind uh, agent to UI, okay. So you can see some example in video. Okay, you can after you can watch this video to see the example of project. And also you have A2UI Composer. Okay, that is a widget who has built with Copilot AI. I don't know if you know Copilot AI. Copilot Kit AI. It is a toolkit. Okay, you can see that here. If you go to example, if you want to build, okay, project around AI and you want to start fast, you can use Copilot Kit. Okay, so you can create generative UI, you can create MCP app. You have lot of example of which application you can create. But don't forget that you have a pricing behind this. But if you do have don't if you don't have strong skills in web development and you want to create a strong project with AI, okay, around AI, you can go fast using Copilot Kit. Okay, I I don't try yet, okay, but I check a lot of example and it is very, 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 very relevant. Okay, so for each example, you can check the source code on GitHub. Okay, so this application is built with Nest, and you have a chat. I take example of Marat Telecom application. It is that like this data board. So I can ask, okay, give me a reporting of sales. Okay, so you just point in the chat and you have this information. But for that example, it is for Copilot Kit. It is just for RAG. Okay, retrieve augmented generation. So you don't modify your user interface. But with A2UI, if I make that prompt, this interface will change. Just give me the reporting of sales. Okay, so I continue with A2UI. You have HUI Composer. Okay, that is the website. So you can see some components, okay, like a component library. Okay, it is already available for your project. Okay, so all of component will be I can say understandable with agent. Okay, because you have that JSON code. So each component behind it is just a JSON code that your client, okay, your framework client like Angular, Flutter, React, and so on, will interpret, okay, we translate in native component. Okay, so each component representation on JSON code, and that code will be transformed in your native component when you use your client framework. Okay, so you can see all of component, icon, and so on. And also, you can use that interface to create, okay, to deep more explanation about each component. So you can after check that. Okay, the most important now it is what is HUI. It is declarative UI protocol. So the first information that it is UI protocol, like MCP, Model Context Protocol, it is a protocol for agent-driven interface. So some people who are fun developer, you can start to change the profession, the job, because agent will be replaced. So AI agent generate rich interactive UIs that render natively across platform, web, mobile, desktop. So it is not for web, only for web. It is also for mobile, like React Native, Flutter, and so on. Okay. So the problem is today, when you ask anything, if agent, it is a chatbot. Okay, you ask your question and agent just respond you. Okay, it is good because it is test, but it is not represent in UI. Okay, so it is just a chatbot. You ask question, anything, the agent answer you. So the next generation, okay, of agent and user interaction is with UI. Okay, so the challenge is multi-agent system. Agent often run remotely. They cannot directly manipulate your UI. Okay, so the Google team about A2UI decide to create A2UI JSON message describe UI that you have an LLM generate a structured output, and you can use some protocol. I think you know A2A. It is agent to agent. Okay, it is a protocol created by Google, and you have agent generative UI. You have server sent event and WebSocket. Okay, and to finalize the solution, they make client rendering using its own native component. And I think that is the big relevant things about A2UI, because each client framework can rendering using its own native component. So if I am using Flutter for mobile application, the same JSON I just show you like that will be transformed in Flutter component, and it will be same for Angular, for React Native, and so on. So you have one code base, but the agent behind, okay, A2UI have this intelligence to transform this JSON to native component. Okay. I think là, where am I? Sorry. Okay, I'm here. Okay, so for now you have A2 agent. Okay, A2 UI. Sorry, you have version 0.8. Okay, it is a stable version, and you just have example of JSON that can generate. Okay, so if you want to more understand or to more information, you can look on the website. So when I discover a new tools, for me the first thing I do after I read what is the mind or what is the mindset behind the tools, I go to the quick start, okay, to start to check what is okay the rendering I can have with the tool. So you have a guide step by step, okay, and I will do it with you. And for this guide, I will use Angular to start the training, okay? And for each step, I will explain, and you can after look more in the source code, and I can explain you how it is work behind the scenes. Okay, so the GitHub project is here. Okay, here to UI, it is public project, and you have a README. Okay, who just who just explain you how you can start the project. Okay, so I just clone, d'accord? I just clone the project. Where is my terminal? Okay, so good. So just go. Okay, git clone. I can see past. Okay. Okay, so good. So the project is A2 UI. Okay, so nice. I use WebStorm to just launch the project. So A2 UI, open, new window. Okay, so good. Just let me close all of window. Okay, so I just clone the project. That is first step. Okay, first step, just clone the project. So after we do that, you have some requirements before to launch the project. So you will check that you have V18 for Node.js, and you have UV, okay, and also have Gemini API key. So for Node, I think I use NVM. Okay, so if I check Node, it is V18, but I use 22. Okay, 22. It is the last version LTS, I think. So after I need UV, but I don't know if I have UV in my local. No, I don't have UV, so I can install UV. Okay, I go to the UV website and I use macOS and Linux. Okay, I use C URL. Okay, so okay, past. Okay, so good. My network is very fast. Nice. After I install UV, I need a Gemini API key. Okay, so if you want to run the project, okay, we need Gemini API key. So just go to ai.dev. Okay, it is a shortcut. I just send you in the chat. Okay, if you type ai.dev, we will redirect to AI Studio for okay for Google, and now you just get API key. Okay, so I already have a key. I just copy my key and follow the step two. So in the step two, I just export this variable like environmental variable. Okay, so I just copy. I think it is more easy to switch. Okay, so export Gemini API key, and I return to copy again my API key, past. Okay, so good. After we do that, we navigate to the Lit client. So if for people who don't know Lit it is a web component, okay, web component framework. You can use that to build a design system for UI. Okay, so using Lit, you can create web component. Another framework for web component, if you know, that is Stencil for Ionic team. Okay, Stencil also that is a library to build web component. So I think that some of component, okay, build behind A to UI, okay, it is built with Lit. So Lit it is the engine behind the web component who are exposed on A to UI. Okay, I talk about that component. No, it is not even code. Exactly, that component. Okay, that component are built with Lit, okay, engine like web component. Okay, so we can continue. I go to the Lit folder. So good. And now I can install all of dependencies. So I think you know npm install for people who come from JavaScript ecosystems. Okay, and now you can run demo all. Okay, but before to okay, I can launch that command. I will launch, and after I will put a command. Okay, give me. Okay, because we have Angular project. Okay, so I install the Angular project. Don't worry, it is the I can say the demo tab. So before to run, okay, the project, just look up deep dive on the source project. Okay, so A2UI it is the open source project. Okay, it is the A2Y open source project. But inside you will see some example. in the samples, okay, samples folder. So you will see agent, okay. For people who don't know, ADK is Agent Development Kit for Google, okay. So for agent, it is just Python 5, okay. Python 5 for component library. So Python 5 for contact lookup, and you have agent executor, and it is the brain, okay. It is the brain of your agent to UI, okay, project. So you have also some MCP, okay, MCP file project, okay, calculator HTML. For people who like HTML, MAD, so you just have MCP, okay, is used by your agent. So it is your agent folder, and you just, okay, deep dive on client folder. In client folder, today you have Angular Lit for web components. You just, and you have also, okay, React. Deep dive on, so in Angular folder, you have in client folder many projects. Today you have each project is just for web components. Okay, you just, and you have also, if you deep dive on, but in Angular you have in client folder many projects. Today you have each project is just for web components. Okay, you just, and you have also, if you deep dive on, but in Angular you have in client folder many projects. Today you have each project is just for web components. Okay, you just, and you have also, if you deep dive on, but in Angular you have in client folder many projects. Today you have each project is just for web components. Okay, you just, and you have also, if you deep dive on, but in Angular you have in client folder many projects. Today you have each project is just for exploring other just, you have also, if you, so that on, so you need to run, you have in client folder many projects. Today you have each project is just exploring other just, you have also, if you, so that on, so you need to run, you have in client folder many projects. Today you have each project is just exploring other just, anyway, if you go to, so that on, so you need to run, you have in client folder many projects. Today you have each project is just exploring other just, anyway, if you go to, so that on, so you need to run, you have in client folder many projects. Today you have each project is just no problem, no problem. We can continue exploring. So in the source code, we have 7 projects. Okay, each project it is a simple example. Okay, but for this session, we just run the example and interact with user, and you can see which, okay, aspect using A2UI, okay, in your future project. So you have contact project. Okay, it is just Angular project. You have app HTML. You have app.ts. You have client. You have, it is server side. Okay, it is SSR. It is server side rendering each project, and you just make npm install on this project. Okay, that is good. And after we do that, you launch project. Okay, but before to launch project, we need to do some configuration in our project. But give me 1 minute. Read me. I prefer like that. Okay, so good. Okay, because in the website, I think the example for step by step is not correct. Sometimes they make me in trouble. Okay, so keep your eye on the README. Okay, on the README of GitHub project. So we just export this. That is good. And now you can try the restaurant finder example. Okay, because in the agent ADK, if you want to test one project, you will start the agent before to start the client. Okay, so you can give that example. So you just, I just open another tab. Okay, so good. document GitHub A to UI. Okay, so navigate to restaurant finder and I launch, prefer that. Okay, so I launch uv.run, okay, to start the agent who will build in Python. Okay, we are waiting because the agent, the project download all dependencies, okay, and after start running. Okay, so you have more than 100 package. Okay, I think it is start or not. Okay, so we will work with, because for one front end, okay, we will start render Markdown IT. So you need more terminal tab. So you go to rendering. In the rendering, you have just project for Markdown. Okay, so it is a small script, okay, to make some, I can say, orchestration, if I can use that word, okay, between your agent and your client. Okay, so if you want to start a project, you choose the rendering, okay, Markdown, you start it. So I just copy that, cd document github a to UI. Okay, after npm install, because if I check, it is a JavaScript project. Okay, my connection is so fast. And now I can launch, because in the example, it is for lit web component, but after I will start for Angular. It is the same process. Okay, the same process. Okay, so that is good. I have an error. Import type, not form. Ah, it is starting good. Okay, I check package is on with dependencies. Ah, you need web core. Okay, because this is not built. So I built this before. It is hard with me. It is so hard. It is so hard. So GitHub A to UI. Okay, web core from just find that, okay, in my, okay, so uh, sorry, okay, so webcore in the renders, okay, render webcore, and now install, okay, and run build. Normally, if I build that package, I can rerun npm run build for Markdown. Okay, that is good. Okay, so I can come back here and run again, and normally it will be okay. Normally, so good. So I think in his feast with me, that line come before that, but okay. So now you can run lit project. Okay, so we start with web component. So just open another terminal, document github to UI, render, no, client, no, render, okay. You have lit, and inside lit, just make another npm install. If someone went to make a pull request to change this step by this before, don't hesitate. We can contribute to open source project. That is a good start. So I can launch now npm run build. So we will build all of web components, okay, without error. I just cross my thing, okay, that is good. And now you can launch our shell client, okay. So you can go on sample, okay, choose lit, because lit it is iron stick for for any framework, okay. So it is web component. I can use web component in HTML, JavaScript, vanilla, okay, or in any framework. So it is agnostic to any framework. So just deep dive on the project. I don't have shell, simple client, simple client. Do you see shell? Me, I don't see shell. Lit shell. Ah, where is shell? Ah, shell is here. Okay, okay. So good. Shell. And after do that, just run npm install. And now npm run dev. Okay. So you can launch our project using web component. I think it is wrong. Why it is wrong? Which error can not find? Please try npm install again. Okay. So, yes, npm install. Okay. Okay, so do you have node module? I don't see node module. So you can check in the UI if you can see node module in the project shell. Anyway, I don't see node module. So you can run again. Okay. Because they say roller cannot find. Why I have that error? Because when I run node module, okay, we can ask our best friend Claude. Why not? Why not? because I think we have some trouble in the open source project. Okay, I just take the risk to try, okay, online with you. So I never start the project. Okay, I read, I check example, but I never try. I take the risk to, okay, to try with you. Okay, so good. So I just make init to allow Claude to know all of my context and create an Claude MD file. Okay, and after I will ask him my questions. So for people who don't know Claude, it is like that terminal, and you can iterate, asking question, and so on. Okay. So I just click yes, yes, because he want to just create a Claude MD and he need all of my contest project. Okay. So can take sometimes if you have a big project like A2UI. Okay. So continue, my friend. I think they have many issues in that README. And maybe some people open pull request on the, I don't know, but don't I can say don't worry when I can say you clone new project and start to have some trouble. Normally you will be happy because your, I can say, developer mindset is to solve problem, solve some bugs, and more you solve the problems or more you solve a bug, you become strong, okay, and confident, okay, in your skills. Okay, I think now I have enough information to create Cloud MD file. Okay, so good. And you can see the number of token I am using 5 key. It is a lot of. Okay, so I just ask him because cannot find module. Oh, because I am in the. Maybe it is related to my operating system. Maybe. I will ask him. Okay, so can you fix it? It is the behind, okay, of the sense for YouTuber because when you look some videos on YouTube, all is done, all is work, but when you try to reproduce in the in your local computer, you have many problems. Okay, so uh, all of the bad task that hide, okay, hidden by YouTuber, you can now see it. Okay, but when I try to make, I don't have I don't have node module. So okay, because okay. I install that, run that, but I don't have node module. I don't have node module. npm install. Normally, when I run npm install, I will see node module. but I don't see node module. When I try npm install, the node module folder didn't create. Didn't create, and it is same for package lock. Sorry for long debugging. It is the Google. It is the, the company who makes it trouble. Yes. So Claude asked me if he can check my version of Node, okay, to start the investigation. So that on work. Why? Which directory are you on? Okay. Directory is, I can say which. Normally which can show me the full path. Okay, don't worry. I just copy the path. What is copy the path? So good. Yes, absolute path. Okay. Because normally if I run npm install, normally I will have node module folder. It is our problem now. But if it didn't work, I can launch Angular project directly. So he tried to change my version of Node because I check. Okay, you can use. Okay, I try again. So check NVM use Node 22. After that, he tried to remove Node module, but I don't have Node module in my project. It is a problem. So I try, okay, same thing in Angular directly, okay. Okay, so npm on start, cd project, I choose contact project, for example, and I run npm run start. Okay. Okay. Dash contact. So I try to launch directly Angular because lit creates some trouble. So now I have Angular project on localhost 4200. Okay, we are waiting for, and it is the example of, okay, of contact project. So that information, look that it is just a placeholder. So if I check Alex, for example, I click on send, it is an agent. Okay, so you have this call, agent to agent, okay, protocol, go to search that information. Okay, so I just check. I have an error. I have an error. Why I have an error? Because Gemini environment not set in Google. I said I said Gemini key. I said Gemini key. I said Gemini key. Isn't it? I said Gemini key. Okay, so make again UV UV run. Okay, let me use contact lookup. Okay, so because it is not restaurant, it is contact lookup. So I can try like okay because I launch restaurant finder agent and I start with contact example. Okay, so don't worry, it is my error. So you have this agent, okay, run on localhost 10003. Okay, so I just reload my Angular application, try something like Alex, and just check if I have error again. So you can see that the protocol agent to agent received my test query, Alex. Okay. And now he search, I check that Gemini run, okay, to retrieve me all of the information about some contact which name is Alex. Okay, I have that. And you can see, okay, so it is agent to agent. I just have a test box, okay, test search. This interface does not exist in my project. I can show you. I can show you that this interface in Angular project you didn't see. I have project, contact, SRC app. I just have that. Okay, waiting answer input and add to UI surface. Okay, it is on lib to render information. Okay, if you look more about that, you don't see anything about specific information to contact. You don't see that HTML. You don't see. That HTML is just okay rendering by information about lib in Angular rendering and agent, okay, information here. Example, contact card. So this user interface is just an JSON. It's just a JSON, okay? And each node of that JSON, it is an information that Angular understand and transform in native component. Because if I inspect that, I can see HTML, okay, and I think it is Tailwind CSS behind, but it is Angular component. It is Angular component. For people who know Angular, you can see Angular 21. I just I can make because okay, if you don't see correctly, so you can see I can Angular 21, okay, here, and it is Angular project. So zero HTML hard coding, zero. This is just a JSON, okay. This information is used by our agent, and that agent receive our query that I search Alex in my contact, and behind the agent just reply, okay, reply with that JSON, okay, and A to UI protocol transform that on native component. If you take that example in Flutter or React, you will see that they handle a Flutter component or React component. Okay, so let me just reduce. Okay, so it is I can say the the subject of the title I want to share with you because it is a new project, and if you notice that we have some problem with README, okay, because it is my experience who helped me to solve some problem and understand that I will build that package before this and so on. Okay, so you can blame Google for that because it is a new project, so we have some issue and readme and so on. But the message I want to share with you that is today you can just build your application with a simple a simple test input, and with project or protocol like A to UI, you can ask anything in your application, and behind a agent who have JSON structure object can translate, okay, or transform this JSON to a native component for your framework. Okay, and if you follow up the roadmap of A to UI, I think they work on Flutter, and okay, if I follow, they have component lead, we have some trouble in the test. Angular, it is stable. Flutter, stable. React in progress. Swift UI, Jetpack Compose, Vue, Svelte, ChatCN. Okay, and today we use A to A protocol because it is the multi-agent. Okay, it is multi-agent because each agent has a single responsibility, okay, to communicate with another agent to build your interface. Okay, so today we have A2A. I just watch some I can say some video about using agent generated UI also protocol. I think it is work well in when I watch that videos. You have REST API planning, and after WebSocket, SSE, and MCP protocol. Okay. Today, Agile UI toolkit you can use it is Copilot kit. Okay, I follow you. I show you some component. Okay, I think they add other component. Okay, after because that component for me it is don't cover all of use case. Okay, so I think they will add another component, but it is okay. Status it is complete. Okay, but I think they make some updates in the future. So they also went OpenAI ChatKit and Vercel AI SDK UI for Agent UI Toolkit. Okay, if you have Agent UI Toolkit, that is okay. You can do anything. All of people can become front-end developer, and me, you go to retreat. But it is amazing. It is amazing. And agent framework, okay, you have A2I support any agent. Okay, you have ADK agent development kit for Google. It is planning. And you have GenKit, LangGraph, QUI, IG2. I don't know that. Cloud Agent SDK, OpenAI, Microsoft, and AWS. Okay, so you can follow up all of the roadmap and milestone. Okay, for each quarter in the year. Okay, so that is all for me. I know that we take more than 1 hour. Sorry for to continue to find a solution for my problem. But I can launch with Angular, and like I show you, zero code source about template for contact in Angular. You just have a component like name its surface. But this component it is to interact with agent. Okay, so you have zero hard coding HTML in your Angular project. I hope
Okay.
that you love or you like that session. Thank
Yeah, of
you
course.
for your
Thank you
listening.
so much, Amin. I'm so sorry for I couldn't make it to the beginning of the event, but
Don't worry.
we will wrap up today's session. I just want to take a moment to reflect on what Build with AI is all about. I mean, this isn't just another talk or, it's a global series of hands-on workshops. It's designed for developers and tech enthusiasts and the beginners, of course.
Okay.
So our goal is simple. It's just learning by doing. We believe that the best way is to master these transformative technologies is to get uh, hands with the code and build real solutions in real time. And of course, none of this would be possible without you, Amin. So thank you so much
Okay.
for your talk, for your workshop, and your
You
coding live
you you
session.
you wel- you
Yeah,
welcome. You welcome.
thank you for your patience. I This isn't your first time with us, but every time you are here, you remind us. Your power of taking these massive AI or web concepts and turning them into clear and simple. And honestly, the coolest part is of today was seeing you laughing while fixing the bugs. Most of people get stressed, but you enjoyed the process. You showed how you love what you are doing, and that show
Ah.
us exactly how we have to do. We have to fix more bugs without stressing about them.
Sorry for that kind word. I also appreciate to do this session with your community. It is now my community because I have
Yes.
lived, I think, 5 years at Morocco, at Fez. So
Yes.
I know Morocco. For me, my Morocco is Fez, Rabat, Casa, and,
Oh, okay.
and that
You
is
have been
okay.
here, Morocco.
I never go to Agadi because I plan each year, but each year I ask myself next year and so on.
Yes, why not?
So
Why not?
I just take Fez, Meknes, Rabat, Casablanca, and I think and Kenetra. Okay, and Kenetra. So I really enjoy to do this session, and I always available. Okay, if you have another session and I can share my knowledge or any tools I discover, because this I discover I think last month. I never tried because it is my first time to try online, because I thought, okay, I can try online and you can see some problem issues, because I read that when you went to launch a tutorial project in local, you have some trouble, some issue. Each developer talk about his problem and also, but I never tried before, and I decided to try with you, and you can see that it is not hard, or I can say it is not hard to start, okay, a project like A2UI in local, and also how you can fix some trouble if you fix, okay, if you fix some issues, how you can try, and also you can use code. If it is, I can say, it is high than you, uh, don't hesitate to ask Cloud Code or Gemini to see how you can fix that. But I am happy that at least you will see that example on Angular. Okay, honestly, I prefer Angular example that like Lit or React. So I
That's
cross
fine.
my finger that Angular example need to work. So it is a pleasure to share that session with you. But Raja, I asked some question in the chat. You asked that does the agent stream component incrementally or send the whole UI at once?
Yes.
I think they send the whole UI at once because we can I can say we can make a lazy rendering if you want.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because it is a streaming. It is streaming. So the code source is not, I can say, is not packed or stored in your agent context. So it is like you ask on demand. Okay, you ask
Yes.
on demand. So I don't think.
So it's updatable. I don't know if you are keep talking. You are
I have
listening.
small technical problem, so I go back. So I just answer you that it is not today when I ask okay something in A to UI, you have
Mhm.
one UI at once, okay, but you can make it incrementally, okay, because it is a stream. So if it is a stream, we have two cases. If you want, you wait for all rendering interface before showing user. It is the case today, but you can show up like a stream when you chat with ChatGPT or Gemini, and also. So you can make it lazy. It's possible.
Yes. Yes, that's clear. Thank you. Um, and yeah, uh, so to all of you who joined us today, thank you for your energy and your curiosity. Whether you are students or professionals, project that you are working on today are just the beginning. So keep an eye on our social media and our community platform for the next event in this series. We can't wait to see you on the next event. Thank you so much. Thank you, Amin. See you in the
Thank
next
you and
one.
have a good night.
Yeah, have a good night, you
Or
all.
have a good morning. I don't know because it is I can say midnight
Yes,
on my
yes.
side. So okay, take care and thank you very much for all of
Thank you all.
attending.